Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Supatease video, and I saw this blue post outlining some major hot fixes regarding the classes currently in patch 12.0.5, and some of them were blowing me away when I was initially reading them as far as their impact on your class's operations and its likely viability in the game. So I wanted to make a video to relay that information to you, as that is the main purpose of the channel. So if you want to make sure that you're not missing out on news related to World of Warcraft, educational and entertaining content, then smash that subscribe button. Your support is greatly appreciated. So we've got Demon Hunter up first. Some of these are much bigger than others. I was particularly the shaman ones. But for Havoc, they fixed an issue that allowed Havoc to benefit from Vengeance's Annihilator talent, which is Meteoric Rise, when using Collective Anguish in specific conditions. That sounds crazy. You're just getting literally your other spec's talent, but in specific conditions. They didn't outline what. So if it's PvP or PvE, I don't know. That's why I'm saying that these like bug corrections are some of the most mind-blowing, and these could have big impacts on how your class feels regardless of the tuning that was previously announced. For Vengeance, for Annihilator, they fixed an issue that caused Celestial Echoes to grant 5 additional Fury per fracture instead of the intended 3. So this is a rebalance of the hero talent tree basically by correcting this bug. So Annihilator, for Vengeance at least, will feel slightly worse. For Restoration Druids, they fixed an issue where Blooming Infusion was counting each target of Nature's Bounty or Rampant Growth as an additional cast. I don't know if that sounds like it's going to be crazy weaker or crazy stronger after that. I assume weaker, since it's counting each target of Nature's Bounty and Rampant Growth as an additional cast. I'd assume that it would be getting weaker, so maybe Restoration Druid will feel slightly weaker as a result of this. For Evoker, the Twin Flame will no longer bounce to enemy targets that the Evoker is not in combat with, so you're not going to be randomly pulling packs. I actually kind of wonder if this was... I had never played with a Flame Shaper. I don't think that was happening. Fixed an issue where Titan's Gift and Titanic Wrath were not increasing the damage of the final few ticks of Disintegrate for Preservation and Devastation Evokers. So if you took Titan's Gift or Titanic Wrath, your Disintegrate damage went up. I don't know if they played that. I haven't played an Evoker myself, but if you are an Evoker and you see that, then you should be happy your damage is going up. Fixed an issue where Renewing Blaze would not always trigger its healing effect from certain attacks. Again, not specific as to PvP, PvE, dungeon mob, raid boss, don't know. You might notice more healing on your Renewing Blaze, though, if you're an Evoker in any given situation. Frost Mage was really crazy. They fixed an issue causing some spells to be incorrectly locked during party sync, whatever that means, but I think particularly these Shatter-related ones. They fixed an issue causing Hand of Frost rank 2 to not provide the correct % chance increase per stack of Shatter. So I don't know if that means you're getting more damage or less. This is the annoying part about these bug fixes, is like they're posting that this is how the bug has been corrected and how it's going to be fixed, but I don't know if that means you have more or less. Fixed an issue that could cause Flurry to not benefit fully from the damage bonus of Brain Freeze when a non-Brain Freeze affected Flurry was cast immediately after. So some situations your Flurry damage is going to go up, I assume. I don't know how often this happens. Again, I haven't had my Mage yet at max level. If you're a Frost Mage in this type of situation, you can identify this, then your flurry damage is going up. They fixed an issue causing some tracked buffs for Frostfire to just not display correctly. And then casting Mass Invisibility will now interrupt the Mage's current spell. Apparently, you could cast a sheep and invis yourself mid-cast. Now you can't do that. That sounds good. For Windwalker Monk, just Touch of Karma is going to show up as a large defensive, so healers will know when Windwalkers have activated a defensive. This one seemed major for Holy Paladin. They fixed an issue that caused Beacon of Light to sometimes not transfer healing from Holy Light or Flash of Light. You might feel a lot better now that your spells actually work with your Beacon. Maybe, I think. For Trickster, Cloud Cover's visual effect is now only visible to the caster in all circumstances. This is just them continuing on that fix that they did previously. For Assassination, they fixed a bug causing Deathmark to generate less energy than intended. We were talking about Assassination's energy regeneration issues. I mean, this is only during the Deathmark window, but that could be major for getting effective damage off in that cooldown window. They separated the tracked buffs for Implacable into 2 elements, so they can be tracked separately with the cooldown manager. So if you want to track the duration of energy regeneration, you can separately from the amount of energy regeneration you'll receive when an Envenom expires. For shaman, these ones that come up are really big. They corrected an issue where the Jetstream talent would not remove snare effects from allies who enter your Windrush totem. So in PvP, you never really took this, but this is a minor one. I think it's these ones right here. So they've corrected an issue where the initial healing from dropping a Stormstream totem was not affected by your mastery. And that initial healed a lot. So it's affected by your mastery. It's crazy. And you got the buffs that come into this patch. So like this could be major. And then for Farseer, they corrected an issue where summoned ancestors would not cast Chain Heal when dropping Stormstream. So again, more healing on that Stormstream totem. For Totemic, they corrected an issue where the effects of the Tidecaller's Guard Shield imbuement would be lost upon dying and resurrecting. Just a nice little proximity there. And all damage has been increased by 12%. So like more instant healing on your totems and 12% more damage. For Affliction Warlock, they fixed an issue where the Abyssal Immolator 4P set bonus would not correctly increase the initial stat count of your Agony by 2. So some set bonus corrections. In PvP, I don't think you were running this, but fixed an issue where Unstable Affliction applied through Fatal Echoes would consume Shard instability. They fixed an issue where Fatal Echoes would consume a Soul Shard when activated. And they fixed an issue where Unstable Affliction would consume all stacks of your Shard. This sounds like it's going to be completely different. Like it feels like it wasn't even operating as intended. Fixed an issue where Shared Agony would not function after casting a Curse. For Hellcaller, they fixed an issue where Zalin's Cruelty would not increase the critical strike chance of Wrath of Nathriza. They fixed an issue where periodic damage caused by Malefic Grasp is unaffected by Death's Embrace. So Malefic Grasp, like low HP, like nuke damage, I think should be getting a lot better with that, no? Soul Harvester, they fixed an issue where consuming Nightfall with Malefic Grasp would not activate Wicked Reaping. I mean, there's so much there on Affliction, like Affliction and Shaman, I think, particularly. For Demonology, they fixed an issue where Fell Armaments would reduce the cooldown of Fellstorm by 20 seconds rather than 10. So Demo is randomly just getting its Pet Blade Storm 10 seconds faster. That's a big nerf. You're going to be losing out. I mean, imagine if Beast of Wrath, went up 10 seconds because it was bugged or something like that. That would be very major. For Arms Warrior, slams from Fervor of Battle, which critically strike, will now correctly trigger mortal wounds. And deep wounds applied by Execute will no longer deal double the intended damage. Now, Warrior did just get a lot of buffs, so this is going to dial back some of that, especially considering like Execute was one of the main abilities that was buffed. But this is just, again, creating more randomness. And I was saying that in my prediction tier list. I was like, I'm doing this based on what they've given us, but if there's like bugs or bug fixes now, apparently is something I should also consider. Balance might be just completely different. It literally just could be entirely different. They've done some bug fixes for Delves. They increased the timer in Algathar Academy. They've nerfed some of Mycera's Caverns, except it'll do more damage to high armor targets. They made some changes to Midnight Falls to help out with the raid. They did some housing fixes so that players can again place non-default flooring, leaving their house, and return to find the flooring where they placed it. Your floor will remain intact. They fixed a bug where the neighborhood weekly quest, Lost Animals, could become unavailable to players who previously completed it. And a little bit of item fixes. Interesting here, there are PvP fixes too. They fixed an issue that prevented the target throw effect from being available while using Illidan's Grasp. It was not the bug fix I was looking. I think everyone was talking about the Blade Dance bug fix. So if you played Illidan's Grasp, you'll be able to actually throw them properly, I guess. It was bugging out sometimes. For Havoc, they fixed an issue that caused Consume Magic to remove an additional magic effect from the primary target when Blood Moon was selected. So that's a nerf to Blood Moon. Who's giving you an accidental double purge. They fixed the DR for warriors, so you can disarm, and it's not gonna be DR'd because someone rooted your target. Okay, we got some nice things there. Some nice things there. A little bit of randomness when it comes to the overall class changes here. I think Shaman is benefiting pretty big. Warlock has some potential to benefit very big from this, and like Demonology might be the tiniest bit weaker. Assassination benefits from this. Holy Paladin benefits from this. Frost Mage, I think, benefits from it, but I guess we kind of have to wait and see. Evoker a little bit as well. And yeah, that's the run. That's the run I got here for these hot fixes. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. I'm going to be jumping on the patch here pretty soon on my live stream, so I hope to see you there if you want to hang out with me. Other than that, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.